Okay, so now this is Sunday Satsang.
21st.
December 21st. Today's equinox, winter's, what do you call it, solstice.
Yes, good.
The day is shortest day of the year is today. And there's a lot of...
Today is the equinox.
Yeah, it's called, I don't know what you call it in Sanskrit, what's it called in Sanskrit? Shortest day of the year. 21st. 21st of December, I think it's the last day of Dakshinarayan. Now the sun moves 6 months to the northern hemisphere. It's going to be for a transition for a month or so, it'll be cold, then it'll start getting warm. 6 months in summer, it's called Uttarayan, and that's Dakshinarayan. Just like, what's his name? Bhishma stayed on a bed of arrows till the sun moved from Dakshinarayan to Uttarayan. So when was Moksha Ekadasi?
30th.
December what?
30th. December 30th.
No, it's November what? Moksha Ekadasi, we just had it. We read
Gita Jayanti Day, yes, Gurudev. December 1st.
What was it? December 2nd?
December 1st. 1st, 2nd, yes, go 2nd.
What day was it?
Monday.
December what?
1st December.
Some celebrate on the 1st, followed on the 1st, some followed on the 2nd.
It's gone on 2nd.
Okay.
And Satyanarayana on the 2nd, Vraj.
We're on the 2nd also.
Yes.
Yeah.
No, we were on Yatra on 2nd.
On 1st we celebrated, huh?
It was really confusing because Vraj Panjika was on the 2nd, ISKCON on the 2nd. ISKCON was on the 2nd.
The Radha calendar was on the 1st. Babaji calendar.
Yeah. But the Babaji calendar here was on the 1st. It's really confusing. Anyway, that was Moksha Ekadashi.
You can't even figure out what day it is. We're supposed to figure out all this ontological stuff with everything. That's the funny part.
Moksha Day.
Oh, what's going on? So this is Sunday Satsang, December 21st. That's, everyone agrees on that point. And we're has some questions we heard asked. One question was is suffering, and we have misery and suffering and bhakti, is that how do we deal with that? Does that help increase our bhakti or what? What do you say?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, I guess that's why we're making advances, we're always suffering. So I was reading this book by Hari Shastri answering similar questions. And he talked about suffering because sometimes devotees say they're suffering because of karma. Sometimes they say, so does the devotee have karma? He does and he doesn't.
He doesn't.
No, the answer is he does and he doesn't. Because karma, what is karma doing?
Keeping the body alive.
You hear that?
Yes.
The body is alive because of prarabdha karma. So the devotee, when he gets diksha and starts practicing bhakti bhajan, all the other karmas are going gradually away, and his prarabdha karma is getting transformed, and he's becoming spiritualized, as Prabhupada said. The iron rod is becoming fire, and the aprabdha and kutam bijam are all being destroyed, as it's told in Brahma Samhita. Karmani nirvati kintu bhakti bhajan, number 54, I think, or 53 or 54. So, Satyanarayan's Guru gives a nice example here. When a devotee experiences suffering, he doesn't waste time thinking, it's my karma, it's conditioning. And one thing sometimes people say, he makes a nice point, by suffering, this is Krishna's arrangement. Is that true or not?
Suffering?
No.
The devotee's suffering, having misery, gets sick, gets a disease, or gets legal trouble, gets beat up, or whatever. He says, oh, it's Krishna the cause, Krishna's the cause. Is it true or not?
No.
No, it's karma.
You don't know.
I feel
One should
yes.
not
Why
follow.
waste
I
it?
feel yes. It's arrangement of Krishna.
Yeah, it's Krishna's because everything is Krishna's arrangement.
Well, can you blame Krishna?
No.
No, we can't.
Okay.
But after initiation, everything happens.
If
by the
something
grace
good
of-
That's what, no.
If something good happens, this is due to me. And if something bad happens, that's because of Krishna. It's all his fault.
Yeah, that's good. There you go.
That's the song, isn't it?
No, everything is, the devotee thinks everything's happening to me because of my karma.
Yes.
Tatteन
And prove that is,
Susamikṣamano punjane vadmakritam vipakam Vidvagvapurve vidadam namaste jive teyo mukti pade sadai bhak.
This was Narayan Maharaj's favorite
Yeah.
shloka.
There must be.
10th canto, 14th chapter, Brahma Stuti, verse 8. Okay, so, if a devotee is not under the influence of karma, because if he's surrendered, he's not performing sins or piety. But prarabdha karma remains, otherwise how will the body function? So a devotee thinks everything's happening because of my prarabdha karma that I have to suffer. But however, devotee always sees whatever happens is mercy of Krishna. The main point is this. The main point is, where is our identity? What's the answer? I would do you're whispering. I don't know it's your identity, you're all bungle.
Our identity is.
Our identity as a servant of Krishna.
So I said the main problem is forgetting identity. Any kind of, it's identity crisis. It's
Yes,
a very
Guru.
popular term.
Yeah, nowadays.
Identity crisis. So if you're affected by any negativity or any divorce or separation or anger or animosity or dirty looks or bad or sickness, it means you're forgetting your identity. Your identity, there's two things you're forgetting. Your identity and what you're supposed to do. Because when you forget your identity, you think you're the body, you think you're the mind, and this person hurt my body, this disease hurting my mind, hurting my body. So then what do? You lament, and you cry, and you make all kinds of excuses, and blame Bhagavan, blame karma, and blame astrologers, and blame your crappy gemstone, stop working. Blame your pendulums. Blame your tarot cards. But the thing is, what are we supposed to do whenever suffering comes? He remembers two things. I'm Krishna's servant, I have to do my service. I have to chant my job, I have to study Bhagavatam, I have to do this seva, that seva. I don't have time to put into the wrong thing. You're wasting time, you're misplacing your identity, you have an identity crisis, and you're immobile. You become neutral. You're not moving. You're not acting on the field of bhakti, field of seva. So always keep serving. Like they have a motto for the Indian Railway.
My way is highway.
That's GBC. GP or GBC? GP or TPGBC? Sorry, chat TP.
Chat GPT. TPGBC.
TPGBC.
Temple
My
Press.
way or the highway. No, we're talking about, what are we talking about?
In India there is a motto.
Indian Railways.
Indian Railways.
Choo-choo
actually.
trains.
Achha,
There's a motto, keep the wheels moving.
Moving, yeah.
GBC.
I'm not talking to you. You have to keep the wheels moving, which means you interrupt me. I'll get to you, relax. No hard feelings. Some hard feelings, not that hard.
Keep the wheels moving. Yeah.
Son.
Keep the wheels moving. So what's the motto for the devotee?
Keep the seva going.
Keep the seva going. Don't stop serving. Keep chatting. Don't cry and lament. And call your tarot card reader. Oh, what's happening? Give me a tarot card reading. Check my stars. I think it's in my shoes. Something wrong with my shoes. Krishna to test us since all this suffering and misery. But the real consciousness of a devotee is, I'm undergoing suffering because I've done something in the past. Otherwise, we get the wrong idea and blame Krishna. The devotee does not desire anything that has the meaning of bhakti, which is anyabilasya. He doesn't desire to get miseries, or he does desire to become happy. Why should he bother about the cause of misery? He continues with his seva. I really like this. When you're staying in your service, you don't become disturbed. You don't have to think about all these explanations. Why is this happening? Just continue doing your seva, regardless of whether your karma is destroyed or not. The great practical teaching of Hari Katha. Because it's realistic. So what are you going to do? You're going to take, okay, time out. I'm going to take 3 days out now and lament and cry and call. You're just wasting your life, man.
Yes.
Well, you die during those 3 days of lamentation and tarot card reading and pendulum adjusting and all this stuff. I mean, just get on with the task at hand, just chant, and eventually happiness will come back to you again. We heard, somebody asked a question, we heard in Bhakti Sindhu, devotees suffer because of arrangement of Krishna, others due to offense. The devotee never thinks that Krishna is giving them misery. He never should think like that. The Pandavas underwent all kinds of suffering, but they never thought of Krishna giving it to them. That's a nice point. I really like it. Okay, we have some more references here also. That's the guru and others the disciple. Same thing about suffering. The world is full of suffering. You agree?
Yeah.
Dukhalayam.
No,
Rasashvata.
the world is not full of suffering. The world is, material world is suffering.
Thank you. Good adjustment. I agree with that. So, is God responsible for the suffering?
No.
No. People suffer because of their own bad deeds.
Yes.
Karma. Everyone is architect of their own destiny.
Everyone makes the bed they lie in.
Oh yeah. Everyone makes the bed they lie in. That's nice. I don't make my bed though. I lie down like a dog.
As you sow, so shall you reap.
I just go 3 circles around my bed and lie down. I go 3 times around my tail's in the air, and then my tail goes down. That's how it works. Real cause of suffering is ignorance.
Avidya.
Avidya.
The root of suffering is ignorance.
About ourself and God. The only cause of suffering is the lack of love, ultimately. Check that out.
Wow.
Because if you see everything as love, whatever's happening to you, it's love. You like that famous everything is Krishna's mercy story. The minister and the king. The thumb olive. You know the story?
Yeah, King Akbar and what's his name?
Birbal, I guess.
Birbal, yeah. Allahu Akbar.
Right, quote, yeah, I think the countrymen may not appreciate that. Only cause of suffering is lack of love. Because you love Krishna, you say, okay, Krishna, you give me a slap. Okay, you slap that cheek, now slap the other cheek. Because I don't want to have just one red cheek. If I have 2 red cheeks, people think I look good. One red cheek, I think I got slapped. If I have 2 red cheeks, I think it's cold. I can take them from the cold, I have 2 red cheeks. You look healthy. So Krishna slapped me both sides. Boom, boom. Okay, you love me, slap me. Vashishiva
Padaratam Vinastamam Adarshanan Marmatam Karitu Yatha Tatha Va Vidadatulam Mat Pranam.
Okay, what else we have here? Okay. So we say, what are the first two characteristics of Bhakti Sadhana?
Sadhana Bhakti Bhavat.
Kleshagni.
Kleshagni Shubhada.
Shubhada.
Shubha what?
Shubhada.
Shubhada. Giving
Giving
auspiciousness and removal of miseries and kleshas. Is that true? We cross the board with everyone?
Yes, it's true.
What do you say, Renrika?
Yes, I feel it's
You're
true.
wrong. The answer is no.
Just like chant and be happy.
No, because if you cross the first two sadhana bhaktas, if you cross the first two, means you're in bhakti.
How about
And we're not in bhakti. I'm not in bhakti.
Yeah, that's a nice point. So the first two characteristics of sadhana bhakti are appearing what level?
Nishtha.
Till Nishtha, sadhana.
From bhajan kriya to nishtha.
At Nishtha they appear.
Two characteristics appear. Kleshagni and Shubhada. Removal of miseries and establishing of auspicious. But it doesn't happen for everyone. It happens in degrees and percentages for some people. It's very important to know. Because someone might say, I've been trained for 20 years, how come I experience so much suffering and misery? What's the answer?
Keep going on.
Oh, you don't chant, you'll sleep. You're sportless.
Go on.
So you should be lucky and thankful. You say you're so busy. That's because you're chatting.
If not, then more.
You look confused.
Yes.
Huh?
Yes. Yes. I mean.
Anyway, this is the truth. Try to swallow it. My understanding, even though bhakti has these qualities, it is not manifest for every devotee. I see that myself. I know some devotees who practicing for 20 years are still in a hellish situation. It's their destiny is coming like that. You know, bhakti is not an anesthesia. You know, everyone gets a shot of anesthesia. What happens? You get unconscious.
It's not like.
So you take bhakti and then no more misery. It's like a misery removing pill, you know, like Tylenol or something. You have a headache, you take some aspirin, no headache. So you have misery, you do bhakti. No, you bhakti, you still have misery. So these are tough points to swallow. She's getting a headache.
Maybe she's thinking, what misery do I have?
I don't know. The example is Prahlad Maharaj. His father tortured him. Yes, that's quite a different thing. Okay. But his mind was fixed on Krishna, because he's a great devotee. So even in their suffering, they don't give up their bhakti. Vishnu Chakravarti comments, bhakti does not always manifest her qualities. Why is that?
To save the devotee.
Increase our eagerness.
Yeah, but the key point is, because bhakti is not a mechanical thing.
Yeah,
it
Bhakti is personal.
Yes.
Bhakti Devi is not a real person, but it's just, because it's personal, has personal attributes. It has will, it has willpower. You give or not give its results. Very interesting point.
Yadricha.
Madricha. Yeah. Devotee feels pain like anyone else, but devotee tolerates it as if it's inevitable. Krishna says in Gita 2:14, Tantra Diksha Subharta. That's a very good verse right about now.
Vachastu kaunteya sitoshna sukadukada agamapaino nityastam stitikshasva.
What does Shita mean?
Cold.
What winter?
Cold.
Ushna means what?
Summer.
Summer. So appearance of happiness and distress like summer and winter. Tolerate, go on.
Especially when it gets so freezing full.
Yeah. Okay, that's enough about suffering. Now, don't suffer, kids. Now, let's put this one like that. Now, the second question is, someone asked me about individual approach to bhakti in relation to material needs and necessities of life, eating, sleeping, etc. And the person says, you know, I need 7 hours of sleep, but some people need 5 hours, some people need 4 hours, and some people eat this and eat that, and eat more, eat less. What's the importance of all these physical considerations in relation to bhakti? So basically the answer to this question is bhakti, the physical needs is all individually adjusted. There's like at bottom of Krishna's right foot, left foot has 2 concentric circles. One circle inside another circle. So the larger circle is that every devotee, no matter what their physical differences are, or eating and sleeping, etc., basic needs of human existence, they all live within a larger circle of 4 regulative principles, which reinforce the qualities of mercy,
Cleanliness, austerity and mercy.
compassion, and mercy. So we follow what we call the 4 regular principles. And we do bhakti sadhana every day. That's what it means to devotee. We worship Vishnu, Krishna, Ram. Every day we worship Krishna with mantras and puja. Every day we do worship. Every day we chant and sing about Krishna. We do bhakti bhajan. But all the particulars, the individual needs, necessities, they're as varied as individuals. Like some people sleep late, they stay up late, and they get up late. That doesn't have anything to do with bhakti, because it doesn't have anything not to do with bhakti. So whatever individual devotee develops as their way of bhakti, that's following the 4 regular principles and centered around the life of identifying as a servant of Krishna. And everything you're doing as a service of Krishna. Because bhakti revolves around ego and identity. It revolves around attitude and identity, not around time. It doesn't have to do with time or rules or regulations in an external sense.
Or numbers.
So the attitude, because it's all about bhav. Because when Krishna talks about success in life, he says success is measured by bhav. 8th chapter of Gita, verse 6. Yam yam bhavi smaran bhava, jajajanta kleva, tantamaveti konteya sadatad bhava bhavita. Sadatad bhava. So the abhyas that Krishna talks about in the 6th chapter, we can control the mind by vairagya and abhyas, by detachment and practice. The practice is develop bhav. Sadatad bhav. Sadatad is abhyas. What does abhyas mean?
Practice.
Daily sadhana practice. It's called abhyas. So abhyas is sadatad bhava, cultivating that bhav of being a devotee, a surrendered devotee. Everything is for Krishna's pleasure. Everything's for Krishna's seva. This is how I live. This is how I breathe. This is how I sleep. So then that consciousness, that attitude, that mentality, that bhava, that everything a devotee does around that center circle, that's the small circle, the big circle is eating, sleeping, everything is all pure bhakti. Because if the mentality of Baba is pure, everything, every action, every thought, every movement is pure bhakti. Becomes a very broad highway then, not some narrow rivulet or some narrow little meandering stream. It becomes a broad highway, a vast river of pure devotion. So the person was asking me, they have need more rest or this or that. So that has not anything to do with bhakti. Bhakti is all about attitude, mentality, seva bhav. We talk about bhav and seva bhav. Bhav deya. Everywhere you find the word bhav, from the beginning to the end. Is Krishna. What is the initial bhav of every devotee?
Seva. Initial.
Seva bhav. What is the bhav of every conditioned soul?
Kama bhav.
Kam bhav. There's two bhavs available to a human being. Kam bhav and seva bhav. So kam bhav is everybody, and seva bhav is Vaishnavas, devotees of Krishna. Seva bhav. But even yogis, jnanis, and karmis, karmakandis, they all have kam bhav of different degrees and measure. Only person who has seva bhav is a Vaishnava. Devotee of Ram, Krishna, Vishnu, etc. So analyze it. There's two bhavas available. So Krishna is telling in the 8th chapter is called the death chapter. So you want to have a successful death, you have to have a successful life. So a successful death is based on a life of bhav. Life of bhav. Not a life of numbers. It's also very good to be very regulated. The regulation is individual, that's one thing. Because what we often find in this social bhakti yoga world, let's put it that way, social bhakti yoga world, because everyone's connected. It's not this country, that country. It's now one world. One world is called net, internet. So you're talking, you're communicating, talking to people all around the world. You know what everyone's doing all around the world. So it's a world of social network of bhakti. So people compare themselves, their individual sadhanas to other people. That should never be done. Or I'm chanting 29,000 rounds a day. I mean, one should be every 3 days. Okay, that's great, All glories to you. Everyone's going to cut it a different way. That's the beauty of subjectivity and individuality. There's like 10 guys in this room. Everyone has a different dress, a different body, different nose. They have a different way of approaching God. It's already individual. That's why it's called Rag Marg and Bhav Marg. So we start with Seva Bhav, we end with Gopi Bhav. So Seva Bhav becomes beautified and beautiful and sweet and fragrant when it becomes Gopi Bhav. So we begin by serving Guru and Vaishnavas. Then we end up by serving Guru Sakhi and all Sakhi Manjaris and Radha Krishna and the Kunjas of Vrindavan. So that's called Mahabhav. So that's the big Bhav, the great Bhav. We started with Chota Bhav. Chota Bhav becomes Mahabhav. So the person is asking about their schedule. The schedule is every day wake up, adjust your identity. Today's another day that loves to serve Krishna. That's all I'm going to do. No matter what happens, I'm going to love and serve Krishna. I eat, I sleep, whatever I do. I don't really care about all those things. I just care about increasing my love and attachment to Krishna. Pass every day like that and you'll attain perfection. Jaya Jaya
Jai
Sri
Shri
Radhe.
Radhe.
Okay, any more questions? That was my question, 2 questions. Hey, that question?
Yes, Guru.
Okay, you guys can recover from that one.
That was... I mean, it's self-evident and so often forgotten.
Yeah, that's a right. You get influenced by others, that's the problem. People get influenced by others.
Yeah, we're very much. I'm very much in it.
Yeah, the people are sensitive. They're you know, we say in America, water on a duck's back. You know, a duck has waxy feathers, so the water just flies off. So anybody say anything, what do I get on my way, you know. A guy runs down a football field, somebody tries to tackle him, he just puts his arm out, knocks him down. You know, it's called straight arm. So you find your way, and that's my bhajan. You have to, first 5 years of living alone in Vrindavan, you have to figure out your way of bhajan. Everybody's going to tell you 100 different things, do this, that, do this, that. You find you're fanatical for the first 3 years. Then after, imagine after 38 years, you finally figure it out, you know. Like, wait a second. This addendum on this individual schedule thing. Once Siddhanta in Vrindavan, he was dying. I told this story before, you may recall it. He was about to leave his body, and his disciples said, "Can you give us a summary of how you attain perfection? You lived 60 years in Vrindavan, so how do you attain perfection? How much do you give us some secret?" He said, "It's very easy. I sleep when I'm tired, I eat when I'm hungry." That's all he said. And then he left. That's all of a sudden, I used to go see, and he said, "What does it mean?" So they started recounting. They started remembering Gurudev, all the disciples. And one said, "Yeah, the last 10 years I was his personal servant." "Yeah, so what do you see?" "Well, I see sometimes he would eat on Monday, take something at evening time, some puri and some sabji on Monday, and he wouldn't eat again until Thursday. Because I bought him meals, breakfast, lunch, dinner. He said, "I'm not hungry yet." He was doing bhajan all the time. Okay. So on Thursday, he said, "I'm hungry, bring me some food." So went 4 days no eating. So then sleeping. So I know what it was Ekadasi, Gurudev stay up for Ekadasi, Jagran. They also did Jagran on Dwadasi and Trayodasi. And then Wednesday, he followed regular schedule, got up at 3 o'clock, took rest at 11, and it went on like that. So they said, "Well, what do we do?" "Well, 9 o'clock is breakfast, 2 o'clock is lunch, 8 o'clock is dinner, and you guys were all there every time we see each other." "Yeah, that's true." "And what about sleeping?" "Oh, the lights are out at 10 o'clock every night, come out at 3, 4 o'clock, you know." "Yeah, so it's going to be hard to get perfection." It's not so easy to follow Gurudev, you know. So the conclusion is, the idea is everyone has to find their own schedule. It takes a few years, but the main thing is that people get influenced by other devotees, can be willing to get distracted, and they're forgetting who they are. Look in the mirror. Is your friend in the mirror with you? When you look in the mirror, you see your girlfriend that told you to eat 1 chickpea every other day. You see that Baba that told you to do 5 frequencies a day of Gaudiya. When you look in the mirror, you see him, you don't see him, you see you. So look in the mirror, see you, and figure out who you are, what you need to do, and do it. And in pure bhakti, that's the perfection. Right, what's the question?
There are 2 types of chanting, Namaprad and Shuddhanam. Maharaj, please explain what does it mean for the devotee who has taken initiation, who has taken Diksha, but who is still on the Anartha Nivritti stage. How he should see chanting of Shuddhanam, means what chanting of Shuddhanam means. Because the mind is going everywhere, does just trying to bring the mind back to remember Krishna in the category of Shuddha, is in the category of Shuddhanam or no?
Shuddhanam, first of all, Shud means pure. So pure Nam means free from aparads. There's 10 aparads, the holy name of Krishna, which everyone quite knows. So if one is not making those 10 abrahats, he's at the level of nishta, because anartha nivritti, anartha is not abrahas and anartha. So when you stop making the 10 abrahats, then you can consider it at the level of nishta bhakti. You want to know other symptoms, that's one symptom of nishta bhakti. Other symptoms are described in Madhurya Kadamini by Vishnacharya, right, of someone who's at nishta. So when you're chanting, if you have the symptoms of nishta bhakti, you should understand you're chanting without offense. So this is Shuddhanam. For nishta Shuddhanam. The Shuddhanam, nishta Shuddhanam, there's ruchi Shuddhanam, there's the sakti Shuddhanam, there's bhav Shuddhanam, there's prem Shuddhanam. Shuddhanam is the same, but the quality and content and experience changes with the advancement to different levels of bhakti. That's why Vishnu says in 6th Canto Bhagavatam chapter 2, verse 9 and 10 commentary, Vishnu says in the Srimad Bhagavatam commentary, 6th Canto chapter 2, 9, 10, he said there's 2 stages of chanting Hare Krishna. What are they? Aparadam and Vaikuntha Rohana. So he doesn't use the term Shuddhanam, that's kind of IGM thing, Shuddhanam. You're looking, type on folio Shuddhanam, you'll find too many answers, except in IGM books. So you're chanting with offense or without offense. So as soon as you stop making offenses, it's called Vaikuntha Rohana. Rohana means going up, rising to Vaikuntha. So when you get to Nishta, you're on your way to Vaikuntha, it goes pretty fast. Then there's Ruchi and Sakti and Bhava and Prema. So that's the answer. What's the next question?
I have a question.
Okay, sure.
I don't know if I should ask it in public, but anyway, let's go for it.
I don't have to answer it.
Because is Diksha incomplete without Siddhapanani?
Question is asked, is Diksha, Gaudiya Sampradaya, is Diksha complete without the Guru revealing the Siddha? Remember we talked about that.
Yes.
Without revealing the Siddha, spiritual form of the disciple. Some people will say yes, that's incomplete. Some people will say no. And the reason, the basis is how they interpret a verse from Bhakti Sandarbha, where it defines, I don't know if I have part 1, I have part 1, I have part 2. How they define the definition of Diksha, which is given in Anurcheta 283 of Bhakti Sandarbha. It says there's 2 types of knowledge that the Guru gives at initiation. What are they?
Knowledge about
Knowledge of ourselves, our identity.
Bhagavad Swarup Gyan, what are the terms exactly? You know the terms? What it's called, Bhagavad Swarup Gyan. Get the
Sambanyan Abhidhyaya
part 1. No, part 2. It's on the right hand side next to the Gitas. And the shelf, the metal box.
Yes.
Because this verse is open to interpretation. The right hand side, just right. Just look at it left
You're
hand
other
side.
right.
I just put the, you look at this side. There you go, Gopal. So he defines that the time of Diksha, Guru gives 2 types of knowledge. 422. One is knowledge of the individual jiva, one is knowledge of Bhagavan. Okay, ready for it? This is Anurcheta number 283 of Bhakti Sandarbha, describing Diksha. Divyam Gyanam Yato Dajat Kuryat Papasya Sanshayam Tasmat Diksheti Sat Prokta Deshikais Tatra Kovida. Divya Gyan means that the Guru gives 2 types of knowledge at Diksha. Bhagavad Swarup Gyan. What does that mean?
Knowledge about
Knowledge about Krishna.
Bhakta Swarupa.
The constitutional identity of Bhagavan Sri Krishna. Bhagavat means Bhagavan Sri Krishna Swarup Gyan. And Bhagavat Sambandha Vishesh Gyan. Vishesh means special knowledge about the relationship of you, my disciple, with that Bhagavan. So some acharyas and traditional Gaudiya Sampradaya say this verse proves that the Diksha means receiving Siddhanta. Some traditional Gaudiya Vaisnavas are given Siddhanta at the time of Diksha, citing this verse as Praman. I discussed it with my guru also.
Really, wow.
Bhagavat Sambandha Vishesh Gyan means it's transmitted through a mantra, which is the Gopal mantra. And then, so the IGM, or the counter argument to this, of giving Siddhanta with Diksha, is that Bhagavat Sambandha Vishesh Gyan doesn't mean Siddhanta. It means just that Guru gives knowledge to the disciple about Bhagavan. Bhagavat Tattva, Leela Tattva, Prem Tattva, etc. But now, when you go to this verse 283, you have to match it with 312. Verse 312. This gets a little more problematic for IGM.
Yeah, he says.
Honor Shade 312 is 626.
So both accept that the Guru gives Bhagavat Swarup Gyan and Jiva Swarup Gyan.
Yeah,
Both agree to that, but they say this is not knowledge of Siddhanta.
yeah, that's it.
Maharaj, Gopi and Vallabh means...
Don't distract me, I'm in the middle of something.
No.
Have a little balance. Now when you're arguing, because they don't, you should know Bhakti Sandarbha because it's very powerful Praman, or at least most powerful Praman. So then on page 312, verse, section 3, 312, section 3, describes Raghunath Bhakti mixed with Vaidhi. It says, Jiva Goswami says, some devotees, while meditating on a Gopal mantra, will meditate on the method of worship taught by my Guru. I will vision myself as directly as a particular resident of Vrindavan until I attain a state of siddhi and the particular bhav and seva which I aspire, and yet I am directly serving Vrajinananda and Krishna. In worshiping Gopal mantra, I meditate to develop myself. This is a translation by my Guru. In worshiping Gopal mantra, I meditate to develop myself as a special person in Braj, that my Sri Guru's lotus feet have revealed to me to attain a special siddhi I covet. So they say this means that the siddhaya is given by the Guru, and when you meditate on Gopal mantra, on shade number 312 says you meditate, because the Sanskrit says, Sikshad Rajadana Vishesh Mayam Shri Guru Charanair. I am directly as Rajadana Vishesh with specific qualities that are mine, which my Guru's Sri Guru Charana have revealed to me. Siddhartam Upadishtam Madabhishta Vishesha Bhavayami. That's the Sanskrit. So I have a hard time dealing with this part of the verse, because it says, my Guru revealed to me a specific siddhaya I'm supposed to meditate on, as a Vrijvasi. And they say, it just comes out of the air. By Chaitanya Krishna Maharaj revealed to me. They say, taught by my Guru, revealed by my Guru. So when did he taught it? He gave it a diksha or gave it after diksha. So the answer, the question is diksha
Is diksha incomplete without
the question
of
is
Siddhanta?
mantra diksha incomplete without revelation of Siddhanta? I would say yes.
Without giving Siddhanta.
I would say yes, because Jiva Goswami is saying that getting Siddha is part of Diksha. It's coming from, Diksha Mantra is coming from Guru, and Siddha is coming from Guru. Diksha Mantra has Bhagavat Sugyan, and what is it?
Siddha Pranali, Bhagavad Sambandha Vishesh.
Relationship.
Bhagavat Sambandha Vishesh Gyan, special knowledge, which is revealed directly at time Diksha gives Siddha, or after some time, every year or two, or whatever, when he feels you're qualified. And then the Guru gives Siddha, which is proven in Anshade 312.
312.3.
312.3.
Yeah.
Yeah, you told me about this long time ago,
Yeah, I've been
but I didn't really get it clearly.
Further Praman, Narottam Das Thakur's Prarthana, verse number 30, he says, while standing on the left side of my Guru Rupasakhi, I fan the threefold bending form of Krishna.
It's in the Sandalva.
No, it's my nose.
No, it's
Oh, this and that. Is that clear what I say?
Yes.
Maharaj, Gopijan Vallabh means Parke Bhav, right? The meaning of the
Gopal
is, I heard it from someone long back. It's
I
like
don't know,
Gopal
it means
Vajra.
Krishna lover. The Vallabha means lover, it means Krishna lover Radharani. That's what my Guru told me. Krishna loves all the gopis, he said exactly. What I say when I give meaning of the Gopal mantra. You heard of Gopal mantra?
Yes.
yes, Gurudev.
Krishna.
So it's a chant one round every day, yes?
Yes,
No?
yes, yes. That Krishna is playing his flute and all the gopis, whatever things they are doing. They
Gopijana Bhava means Krishna loves all the gopis, especially those
That's
Radha
right.
most of all.
Yes.
So Gopijana Bhava means lover gopis, but it's a specific gopi, the Krishna lover Radharani. So when you meditate Gopal mantra, just meditate, everything is you, Radha and Krishna,
Yes.
united.
Yes.
Krishna means Krishna, you know, Gopijana Bhava is Krishna, Gopijana Bhava is Govinda, you know, Krishna, Govinda,
Yes, yes.
Govinda, Gopijana. Any other question?
No.
That's by internet first is written. What else? Anything else? Getting late on 5:30. Too dark and cold. It's crazy. It's like going out into a cave of cold out there. Open the door. You get rain with snow blowing in there. Ever snow in Israel? No, I don't think so. I grew up in New Jersey, man. You go to sleep, we hear the wind blowing. We got the window. The snow's going like crazy. We go, oh my God. We're just praying. The snow's a lot, there's no school next day. So then we get the radio on. The old days, you know. Radio. It announced the schools that are closed. This school is closed, that school. I didn't hear my school. That means you have to go to a bus stop and the bus has chains, goes through it. So not all the buses were closed and all the schools were closed. Oh, I remember we looking outside the car was snow, you know.
Yeah.
5 feet of snow, 2 meters of snow fell overnight. At night, 2 meters high snow. Top of the window. From here to there, snow. You got the shovel. It's crazy, man. Okay, anything else? Get the prasad and the kids. Oh, you got it right there. Okay.
Jaya
Jaya Jaya Sri
Radhe.
Radhe.
Wow. Thank you for the last